Hi everyone. This video is to help you get started with Google Classroom in the event that we need to use it for an e-learning day. So I'm just going to show you today just some of the really basic features of setting up a Google Classroom. If you've already set up Google Classroom before, this video is probably not for you. This is the super basics of just how to initially get started. So I'm just going to show you how to actually get to Google Classroom and how to start your first few classes, and then how to add some content again in the event that we might have an e-learning day. So as you can see, I am on my email account here. So Classroom is something that is already connected for you straight through your Gmail account. You don't have to do anything to get it connected. So what you're going to do is you're going to start in your Gmail account and you're going to go up to these 9 dots, same way you would go to Drive. Click on them and come down here where it says Classroom. Once you click on that, it should open up for you your classroom. Now, it's okay if you don't have anything listed here, because if you've never used Google Classroom, nothing will be there. In order for you to add something, though, you're going to go up here to this top right-hand corner where you see the plus sign, and you'll see create or join a class. You want to create a class. So go ahead and click on create a class. And it's going to give you the option to add that class name. So I'm going to call mine 8th STEM, because that's the only one of mine that I haven't actually created one for yet. You can add section, subject, room number, all of that if you want to, but the name is the only thing that's required. Then come down here and click create. You'll notice it's going to take me to a totally new page here in just a second as it creates it. And it's going to give me my starting stream for my 8th grade STEM class. So this is kind of what it looks like to get started. A couple of things, if you want to change your theme, you can select a new theme right here. First, me STEM, I might want to change it to something science or mathematics related. So I'm going to select a new theme and change it here. Okay, you don't have to do that, but it's just going to give you a random one. So if you want it to fit your subject more, you can change it there. The first thing that you need to know is how to share this out to your students. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can come over here to right underneath where your title is. Underneath 8th grade STEM, it says class code. There's a little box here that says display. If I click on that box, it's going to bring my class code up a little bit bigger so that I can share that up on my projector board or however I want to with my kids. So if I was putting this up for my kids, I would be telling them to basically go through the same process that you just walked through. Tell them to go to their Gmail account and to those 9 dots and to click on their classroom link. The only difference is then from their home screen that looked like this. Remember, when you came up here and you clicked to create a class, they are going to join a class instead. And then they will join using that code that you put up on the board for them. The other way to add people to your class is to come up here across the top. You have 4 options. Stream is your home page. Classwork is where you're going to create any content for your kids. And then people is where you can add your students manually. So here it tells you that as well. Invite students or give them the class code. So I want to go the way of inviting a student. So I'm going to click on this and I'm just going to type in the first name of a student that I know is in this class. And here she is. So I would click on her email and then I go ahead down and come down here and click invite. Now that doesn't automatically put her in my class. She still has to go in and accept that invitation. You'll notice that it's kind of grayed out and it says that she's invited. She's not officially in there yet. So she would still need to go to her email, go to those 9 dots and go to classrooms, and then she should have an invitation that she can just accept rather than having to put in a code. So for you elementary people, it could possibly be easier for you to go ahead and add all of their emails so that all they have to do is just accept that email rather than having to put in a code. It won't actually send them an email. They'll have to go into Classroom and they will have to actually just accept the invitation that you sent them, just so you know on that. So that's how you add people. I'm going to come back here to my main stream and show you kind of just how to get started with putting something out there like as an announcement. So right here it says share something with your class. So I'm going to click here. And I could share this with all of the classes that I've created. So maybe I want to have a blanket announcement for all 3 of these classes. And maybe I just want to say something about here is our class for our e-learning content. Obviously, you can tweak that. And maybe if you want to add anything, if that you have something in Google Drive that you want to link, or a file or a YouTube video, something to get started for your day, whatever it might be, you can put that here. You can go ahead and post this, or you can come to this arrow here that allows you to save it as a draft, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and post mine. And actually, if I was only posting to my 8th grade STEM class, it would also give me the option to schedule this. So if I knew there was a specific day that I wanted it to go out, I could click schedule and I could change my date and my time for that and then schedule it for something specific. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and post this so you can see what it looks like. And so then this gives everybody an announcement when they log into this class. They could add comments if they want to, just so that you can see that they're there. You could even make that a requirement. You could say, check in on this post so I know that you're seeing my content, whatever you want to do. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention under people, you do have the opportunity to add like a collaborator on your classes. So if you wanted to add another teacher, if you co-teach with someone, or if you have a para that you would like to be able to access the content, you can come up here and you can invite another teacher to be a part of your class as well. So again, you would just type in their email, select them, and then send them that invite, and they would have to go through the same process of accepting that invitation. The main thing that I want to make sure to show you today, though, is classwork and just how to get started with adding some things in your class. So I'm actually going to come over here to these 3 little lines on the top left-hand corner. And I'm going to go to my 7th grade STEM class to show you this because I already have a few things created in this. You'll see that I also have a few things on my news feed already. I've added some material for them, some coding that they can try at home, an announcement. I asked them a question that I wanted them to answer. How's your day going at home? So I've got a few things going there. Also, if you come to my people on this one that I've already set up, you can see that one has actually already accepted this invitation. So she's no longer grayed out. And it does also give me the option to invite any guardians. If you accidentally add someone that you don't want in there, just come over to these 3 little dots. Or I'm sorry, come over here to this checkbox right here, and then you could say remove them from the class. Okay. So that's if you wanted to look to see who has accepted those invitations. So I'm going to go to classwork here. And you'll see that I have a couple different topics already created. You can see over here it says all topics. If I just wanted to look at this topic, I could click here. If I just wanted to look at my STEM at home, I could click here. But I'm going to go back to all topics. Couple of things here. My STEM at home is things that I am not necessarily assigning as homework. I just like to give them a few extra things that if they have some time on their hands and they want to work on something, this is something that they can do. So there's grasshopper coding. If I click on this, you can see that there's actually a link for them to click right here, and it will take them to that grasshopper coding app so that they can work on some coding at home. I also gave them a little description. And then there's some design challenges if they want to do some designing while they're at home, and they can pick a challenge and do some designing there. And all I did to see those was click on these. If I wanted to go in and edit them, I can come over here on those 3 dots and click edit, and it will actually take me into the assignment, and I can make any changes I want there. On these up here, I specifically have this labeled as homework. I could change this title anytime I wanted to. I can rename it, whatever I want to do. And if I needed to create a new topic, So remember, these are my topics. Careers in STEM is a topic. Okay, so if I wanted to add a new topic, I just come up here to create and a new topic. So you can do that there. I already have 4 of these created. So I have science, careers, pathways. When I click on it, it gives me my information just kind of at a glance. But I actually want to go in and edit this assignment. So I'm going to click edit assignment. And then it's going to show you the whole thing, and you can edit everything and anything that you want to edit. So up here over on the side, this tells me what class it's assigned to, and am I assigning it to all students or just specific students? You can choose how many points it's worth, when it's due, what topic it's going to sit under. Doesn't have to sit under any topic, so you could say no topic. You could create a new topic, or you could put it under one of these that is already created. And then you can attach a rubric if you have one. So you can see that I have a title here that I can edit, some instructions, the requirements for the paper that they are going to write for me, including the following points. And then I also put some helpful links as well as a Google Doc that I started for them as well. So I reminded them that this is just a place to start. Then down here, I've already added 3 links, a Google Doc, and also a YouTube video excuse me, that I just want them to take a few minutes to watch. So if I had anything else I wanted to add, I could just come here to add, and I can add something that's already in my Google Drive. I can add a link, a file, or a YouTube video. If you wanted to create something new in your drive, you could come here. So when I created my Google Doc, I came here and I created a brand new doc that I wanted to link to this. And then I renamed it Science Career Pathways. My students can only view this file. And then I specifically told them to make a copy of it so that they can have their own copy in their Google Drive. And then they will just turn that into me on a Google Drive right here in Classroom. If I wanted, I could go ahead and assign this assignment, but I'm not going to do that yet because we haven't officially done an e-learning day yet. But what I want is I want this sitting here ready to go so that if I do need to assign this for an e-learning day, it's completely ready. So I'm saving these just as drafts over here, and that's going to take me back to that home screen. Okay. Same thing from here for create. If I click on create, I can do an assignment, a quiz assignment, questions, material, reuse post, or a topic. I created assignments for my homework, and I used material for my STEM at home. The difference in those is STEM at home are things that are not necessarily graded. You're just kind of giving your kids access to a specific material that maybe you want them to be able to use. So you're just kind of posting it and saying, here it is. You're not actually necessarily assigning them something. Obviously, a quiz is something that you want to test them on or anything like that. And then a question, when you do a question, it's like that question where I ask them how their day was going at home. When I ask the question, it will actually show up on my stream here, and it says, Carly Winter posted a new question. How's your day at home? Okay. If I decided I didn't want that one, I could edit it or delete it, whatever I want to do. If I come in here and I click edit, then I could decide that I want to get rid of that. Okay. And I think that's it. Once you have some assignments out there for your kids, like for instance, I have Leah connected in this class already, and I have asked the question, how's your day? Once she responds to it, if I am grading that, I could come in and I could grade her submission on this. Okay, so I could say that she got 100 out of 100 points. And maybe I want to come here and I want to actually view her submission. She hasn't actually put anything in yet, so there's nothing there. But if she had, it would give me her submission so I could read it and I could grade it and return that to her so that she knows what she got on that. Okay. At any time, if you need to go back and forth between your classes, you just come over here and click on the class that you want to go to. And if you just click on classes in general up here, it will take you back to all of your classes. So that's Google Classroom. Please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to pause this video as you're working and work through the steps on your own time. Thanks, guys.